Hi, my name is Damian Siwek. I'm a criminal defense, DUI defense, and traffic defense attorney here in Los Angeles, California. If you're watching this, chances are you got a red light camera ticket in the mail. But here's the thing, you weren't the one driving. Let me paint a familiar picture. Your friend, in-law, or maybe your son or daughter needed to borrow your car. Their car broke down, or maybe they don't have one. They needed a way to get to work, and because you're a good, decent human being, you handed over the keys. You told them, be careful, no accidents, no tickets. They came back later, there was no damage, so no complaints, we're all good, right? Well, fast forward a few months, and you check the mail, and there it is, a red light camera ticket from Culver City. You open it, you check the photo or video, and instantly realize, that's not me. That's the person you loaned the car to. At first you're mad, you told them to be careful, and maybe they were, but these tickets are sneaky. They're easy to get and even easier to miss. Now you're thinking, there's no way I'm paying for this, I wasn't driving, I'm not taking the point, I'm not letting my insurance go up. And that's fair, especially if the person took your car without permission. I get that. In that letter, you see something that says Affidavit of Non-Liability form or Identify Driver form. This is the form that lets you nominate the actual driver. That form allows you to shift the ticket from you to them. But before you send that in, hit pause. Here's what most people don't consider in the heat of the moment. First, that driver might be on your family's insurance plan. If they get a conviction and a DMV point, your entire household's insurance can go up for years. Second, this might be a close friend or family member. Nominating them could strain or even ruin the relationship, especially if they weren't even aware they ran a red light. Finally, they might not be eligible for traffic school. That means they're potentially stuck with the point on their record that jacks up their insurance. It's absolutely worth having a conversation with them before sending that form in. Now, to this you might say, that's not my problem, I didn't cause this. But what you may not realize is that you are likely in the last best position to potentially avoid a point for both you and the driver. So if you're in this situation and you're considering whether to fill out or send in that affidavit, call me first. There's usually a better option at this stage. But let's shift gears for a second and talk about the just ignore it myth. If you Googled ignore Culver City red light camera ticket, you've probably seen old advice on Reddit saying nothing happens if you don't pay. That actually used to work years ago. Back then, if you ignored red light camera tickets, nothing really happened. Why? Because at that time, there was a collection agency called GC Services that was hired by LA County to collect on unpaid traffic tickets. GC Services literally did nothing more than send a demand letter on red light camera tickets, which most everyone just threw in the trash. The other reason not to worry at that time? Red light camera tickets were the only traffic tickets that did not result in a license suspension once they went to collections for failing to appear. So there was literally no incentive to pay any attention to these red light camera tickets or the demand letters from the collection agency. But of course, all good things come to an end. Today, Culver City uses a law firm called Linebarger, Goggin, Blair, and Sampson. They go the extra mile. If the red light camera ticket goes into failure to appear status and goes unpaid, Culver City will send it to collections and Linebarger will garnish your wages or intercept your California tax refund via the Franchise Tax Board. And once the ticket gets paid, you're stuck with the conviction and the point, even if you weren't the driver. Linebarger is also going after super old red light camera tickets that everyone ignored years ago just to prove a point. So ignoring it, it's a slow burn, but it will catch up to you. What used to be sage wisdom is now outdated advice, but it's still all over the internet. So before you submit that affidavit first, talk to the person who was driving. You'd be surprised, most people don't even realize they ran a red light. That's because there are no flashing lights, no siren, no cop car, and no police officer. Just a surprise in the mailbox months later. I've had so many clients tell me they regret not discussing it first. The person they nominated didn't know about the ticket, they didn't get a chance to discuss how to resolve it, and they didn't get a chance to talk to a lawyer before getting hit with a conviction, which raised their insurance for 3 years. And once you send in that affidavit, there is a very high chance that person gets convicted. But if you're worried that talking to the driver might get awkward or turn into a confrontation, skip that stress. Call me first for a free consultation and we'll figure out the best way to move forward together. There's a very good chance I can help you figure out an option that keeps you from taking the point, protects the driver from taking a point, and avoids blowing up your family or friendship. And if you're still feeling like, screw it, they were the one driving, just know they probably didn't even know they got the ticket.